Hey there. Tonight I'm going to do a movie review, but before I do, I want to preface it with something, and that is remakes. My thought on remakes. There's a lot that I don't like. I did not like Psycho. I didn't like Rob Zombie's Halloween or Halloween 2. I didn't think they were well done. I thought they were badly made movies. I definitely respect Gus Van Sant more as a director than I do Rob Zombie, though both have their merits. Neither one of them did good in this case. But that's not the remake I'm talking about tonight. But there's one thing I want to say right out of the gate, and I'm going to get this out of the way now because something that I have to say. Remakes get crapped on a lot, and a lot of them are horrible. Some I enjoy, some I don't like. But you know what? At the end of the day, the original movie doesn't change because it has a crappy remake. Halloween is still a great film. Rob Zombie not understanding what the movie meant and making a remake doesn't change John Carpenter's Halloween. A Nightmare on Elm Street, done completely horrible, does not change Wes Craven's 1984 film Nightmare on Elm Street. It's still good. It's still there. I try to watch remakes and take them for what they are. And, let's look more into the source material rather than just bitch because it's a remake. That does nothing. Actually, remakes are good sometimes, even if they're bad, because you know what? It gets the original movies some more notice. And here's the thing. People wonder why remake a film? Why remake a classic? And, I can agree to, so like, why do you remake some of these films? Well, I grew up in the, I was a kid in the 70s, grew up teenager in the 80s. So these films that were important to me and are still qualify as great, amazing films may not have the same power on this generation because, it's a different era. And the films were done differently back then. There's a different pacing style. There's a different style of music. And not everything transfers over. And that's too bad if you can't figure out that some remakes are... some movies that we love may just not transfer over to the new generation. That's too bad. Now to the movie that I want to talk about. And that's Carrie, the 2013 Carrie with Chloe Montas and Juliana Moore. What did I think? Well, it starts out with, we're going to go spoilerific again, just so you know. Like the original, well, unlike the original movie, but like the 2002 television remake of Carrie, with Angela Bettis. We kind of start with the birth of Carrie, though this time it's done slightly differently. She attempts to stab Carrie just after the baby's born, but Carrie uses, as a baby, protects herself and stops the scissors from going in. Now, I'm guessing that at the time, as we'll find out later, she probably could have fought it a bit and, got through because Carrie was still a baby. But by that point, she loved her daughter enough that she didn't want to do it. You see the room in the house, the closet. So we find in this one that this was not something that was made for Carrie White. Her mother has suffered the same abuse that she will put upon her daughter. And this is where we this is one thing that we do get with this film. I'm a huge fan of the original film. The characterization in this film is extremely well done. The mother is more fleshed out in this one here. We get to find out more questions are answered. How does she have money? Uh, why is Carrie distanced from her classmates? She did homeschooling. She doesn't have the social skills. She's been she lives in an overtly, insanely religious family. We find out that the powers are there, but they just kind of have gone latent. And of course, she has her period. And by the way, I gotta say, this is the first time that Carrie's been played by a teenager in the film, because Sissy Spacek and Angela Bettis were both in their mid-20s when they played the role, like 26, 28, something like that. So this is the first time you actually see a teenager play the role, and I was a little worried because Chloe Montas is an attractive young girl. So Sissy Spacek is attractive but has a unusual kind of look about her. And Bettis always has been able to do those characters. Remember the movie May? But Chloe Montas, she knocks it out of the park. She kills it. She gets the... It's all in like little subtle things. The way that she walks, the way that she holds herself. At the beginning of the movie, there's like a water volleyball scene. And you can see the social frustration of Carrie, and just she makes a mistake, and some people kind of laugh and stuff, but she doesn't know right away whether to laugh. And when she sees people laughing, she tries to laugh with them, and she gets put down because of it. The movie follows her character. We see early on that she does learn more about her powers, and she that's delved into more in this one here. The pivotal scene was done well. I like the original actors that played the slimy roles. I like John Travolta, and because John Travolta didn't look like an evil guy, but it was just that babyface evil, and it was chilling at the time for me watching. It's probably the most chilling part of the film. The original Carrie for me is not the whole well-shot sequence in the gymnasium, which is incredibly well done, but what I liked was the fact that we had this character played by John Travolta, who's at that time very much the heartthrob, very much the babyface guy, and such sociopathic evil, and he does it in like just a glance or just a movement. It's one of his most underrated roles. The actor in this did a good job for what he did, but it was a standard thug, bad guy type of role. Something like this could have been done better with an actor like James Franco or something like that. But still, for what it was done okay. The movie Carrie, 2013 remake, is a good movie. That there's no doubting it. There's no saying it wasn't well done. It was well shot. It was well acted, and the ending, not so much. It was just trying to put in the like little shocker thing at the end. And honestly, yeah, they didn't need it in this one. A scene where she goes to the grave, and in the original the hand comes up, and it's a really shocking scene. It's where I've got that scene of Friday the 13th. But this one here, she puts it in and she walks away. There's like a crack comes in the tombstone. That's enough. But they go a step farther, and they do her having a nightmare of her. This is the first one in the book. Sue, the character that gets her boyfriend to go with Carrie, is pregnant, and it's a plot, like it's a kind of a subplot in the book, but it was never been used in either the movie or the television remake. So this is the first time we get to see it, and actually there's a lot of more references to the book than in any of the other, either the miniseries or the original film. This is probably the closest to the book yet, and I like that fact. I like the Stephen King book. I thought it was good. It was one of his better done books. It was used a unique way, and when I see the format of Carrie, I always think of Dracula. Although both are very, very different. Both use a different structuring format. Overall, my view on this 2013 remake of Carrie was that it was extremely well done. And was it a needed remake? I don't know if it was a needed remake, but I can understand that for this generation to go out and see Carrie and to see this and to get it and to understand it, and then maybe want to go back and explore the other versions of Carrie that are out there, because I don't think there was a bad version of Carrie done. I liked the 2002 version of Carrie. I liked the original Carrie. I thought they were extremely well done. Rage, it is what it is. It's a movie that was brought out that originally didn't even have anything to do with Carrie, but they worked it in there. So, yeah, I definitely see the 2013 remake. This is not like the Halloween one, or this is not like Psycho. It's not a shot for shot. It's not a bastardization. It's just an extremely well done movie, and what makes this movie is Carrie and her mom and the relationship between the two. The guy that plays the love interest of Sue and the date of Carrie, he does an extremely good job in the role that he has to do. It's a pretty thankless role. It's a pretty like kind of normal walkthrough role, but he does a good job with it. I really enjoyed the way that he portrayed it. There's a scene in a classroom where one teacher is being a complete ass to Carrie, where I was like, yes. And it's those little moments that makes that movie that makes the movie work. It's the moments between the mom and Carrie. It's the moments of seeing the mom mutilate herself at her workplace when she's trying to talk to someone. She is just as awkward socially, if not more so, than Carrie White. Carrie White is trying. Her mother is a mess. And these little characterization aspects, this growing of the characters in this film, bringing them out. Some people thought it was a glossed film, or didn't have the I think some reviews said didn't have the weirdness or the strangeness of the original film. Well, one, it's not the original film. It's its own entity. It's based on the same book. It's actually closer to the book, and still pays homage to the movie. It thankfully does not do the gymnasium scene the same way that was done before. That was amazingly shot and done, and can't be topped in the way that it was done. So, overall, great film. Definitely a watch. I'm going to pick it up on Blu-ray. Very good film. It's going to go alongside my Carrie Blu-ray. And I guess I got to pick up. Is the miniseries out to get yet? I think it is. I've got Carrie and Carrie 2 on DVD, but I want to get the original Carrie. I've seen it on Blu-ray. I want to get it again. I want to get the Blu-ray, the new Blu-ray, the Canadian release with the nice cover, and the 2002 one if I can find it, and of course this one here because it's a great movie. If you haven't seen Carrie 2013, see it. Go in with an open mind. Don't go comparing it to the other Carrie film. It's a different film. Even if you do, you're not going to come out with an unfavorable film. This is a very good film. The acting is extremely well done. The characterization is spot on, and it brings more to the table than we originally saw with the Carrie character. It's an incredible film. Watch it, enjoy it, and be open up to a remake. What's it going to do? If it's the film you like, so what? That film that you like is still there. Nothing changes. That film hasn't changed because something else came out. Thanks for watching, and right now for me it's time for tea.